I want to give a huge thanks to PTCGO Store for sponsoring the channel. PTCGO Store is a great site where you can get online Pokemon trading card game codes for some of the best prices. Now able to order Sword and Shield Rebel Clash codes. Be sure to use code CHIP5 at checkout in order to get 5% off your order, or click the link in my description down below. Once again, that is code CHIP5 to get yourself 5% off your order. Thanks, PTCGO Store. What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Online video, where today we're actually going to be taking a look at a really unique deck from the Limitless Qualifier this past weekend. This is the list that Nicola Zapula used to get top 64 at the event, and that is Excadrill. This is a really cool card out of Cosmic Eclipse. It's kind of been a card and a deck that I've seen floating by here and there, basically ever since Cosmic Eclipse came out. Since it is such an efficient 1 energy attacker, it's a stage 1. Drill Bazooka does 120 damage. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Obviously pretty bad for you, but it does do a solid 120 damage. Losing 4 cards, not very good. But it does synergize well with the first attack here, 11th Hour Tackle 30+. If there are 3 or fewer cards in your deck, this attack does 150 more damage, giving us a base damage of 180, and then with things like Diancie, we can boost that to 200, and if we're behind on prizes, we can actually do 240 thanks to Martial Arts Dojo. So shout outs to Nicola for the finish, and for the list, here's the list behind the face cam, is 3 copies of Crushing Hammer. Some of the counts in this list do feel a little weird to me, like 1 of Great Ball, 3 Crushing Hammers. I can imagine the Crushing Hammers are pretty good against ADPZ, so it makes sense you would want them there. But one of the things I actually love about this deck as well is that Excadrill, being a 4 retreat cost Pokemon, is able to utilize Buff Padding. And because we are milling the top 4 cards of our deck every single turn, we have really thick counts of Ordinary Rod, in fact playing 4 Ordinary Rod and also playing at 3 Pal Pad, so that we can put back any resources that we might discard at inopportune times. Also having the 1 copy of Brock's Grit to do that potentially for us if need be as well. But this list is pretty straightforward and pretty consistent as well, so it's definitely really good at just going turn 2 Excadrill, 120, 120, 120, mill your deck, and then eventually start hitting with 11th Hour Tackle to try to close out the game from there. Obviously, I think the biggest thing this deck has going for it is the fact that it is a fighting type, and that Pikachu and Zekrom is the most popular deck in the format right now. So if you want to try to get some free wins on the PTCGO ladder, if you're just tired of hitting Pikarom after Pikarom after Pikarom, go ahead and give this deck a try, because you should have a very, very good matchup against any of those big lightning type attackers. So shoutouts to Nicola for the finish, top 64 at a huge event like that is awesome. So should feel very good about that, and I love getting to see people do very well with unique decks like this. So let me know what you guys think of the deck down in the comments below, and enjoy these games. Here we go with the Excadrill going up against Baba Cruz 35 with a Dark Metal and Psychic deck. Gonna go ahead and assume this is the Dragapult VMAX, which does on paper to me seem like it's a tough matchup, but I'm sure that Nicola beat their fair share of Dragapult, or at least, you know, played a couple and did decently, right? Otherwise, I doubt that they would have finished in the top 64. So we'll see if the record is good enough. And there's a Zigzagoon. And we'll see if we can make it happen or not. Our hand, not the best. There's a Great Ball. We will just get down Blitzle, second Blitz guy. Not going to be able to attack, so I'm just going to go ahead and attach here. That way we can move this if we need to. I don't love having to put down Dedenne, but we honestly don't really have a choice. We can go with a Marnie. We really need to find a Drilbur. That's a Ditto, so that does kind of count. And I think that now is as good a time as any to bench it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go like this, get down another Drilbur. We did prize second Dedenne, so I was keeping this quick ball around thinking, oh, we might get ourselves a Dedenne, but now it's looking like pretty slow. But we'll see. We'll see what we can top deck. We'll see what we can find. There's a scoop up net, so Stellar Wish coming out from our opponent. Let's see where they put this 10. Gonna go ahead and just target down Dedenne. And it is actually not Dragapult. Okay, it is going to be Obstagoon. And the Psychic type is going to just be Mew. So, this is a matchup that should be just fine for us as long as we set up. Of course, Obstagoon thrives on targeting down basic decks, and this is not a basic reliant deck. We attack with Excadrill, right? So that is an evolution, and it's also a fighting type. Oh, but that actually, never mind. It does not matter because Obstagoon's weak to grass. I gotta get used to that. These dark type Pokemon are not weak to fighting anymore. Weak to grass. And we'll probably just see them... Oh yeah, they were just deciding where they wanted to put that Headbutt Tantrum damage. And it is just going to be a pass. Zebstrika, the perfect top deck, honestly. Would I rather bosses... put back... Yeah, I think I was going to say, would I rather Pal Pad or Quick Ball for something else? And I think the answer is Pal Pad. For sure. We sprint and get not too much of anything. We could Rototiller, but I really don't want Drilbur to lose any more HP. Also, retreating Zebstrika is not a terrible option. I guess it doesn't really matter because it doesn't get knocked out, even if they do get Rare Candy Obstagoon this turn. But they are already down at least one Rare Candy, right? So they are playing a Chaotic Spell, so that means it's not quite the same as the list Grant and I played. Though Grant did say after the tournament that he wishes we had played a Stadium or a Marshadow. And they're going to go ahead and hit us with the Marnie. I guess I should have gone ahead and put U-Turn Board in place somewhere. But yeah, there is a pretty workable hand for us now. Ooh, not going to retreat to the Pokédoll, which is questionable. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and evolve this to protect the Ditto. And I'm going to hit them with the Marnie. I don't want to lose that Calm, or necessarily the Research either. They also didn't put the Stadium in play, which is interesting. I think I wait to put my Stadium in play, too. Well, we might be researching, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and sprint, so... Never mind. We'll put a Stadium in play. Okay. Yeah. Crushing Hammer. Hard Retreat. That's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and get an Excadrill down, too, because we could mill a bunch of them. I really want Diancie. I really hope I don't mill Diancie here. Okay, that's fine. And there is a prize. It is an Ordinary Rod. Okay. They're going to go ahead and just send up the Pokédoll. And Quick Ball, probably just going to have to get a Jirachi, I would guess, if they don't have a very good hand. Yep. So I really am confused why they didn't, 1, put Chaotic Swell in play, 2, retreat to Jirachi. I mean, it makes, I guess, some sense to not put Chaotic Swell in play. If they're assuming I'm playing this same list and assuming I only have 2 Stadiums. And if that's the case, then Chaotic Swell, if they only play the 1, does basically act as 2 Stadiums, right? So they win the Stadium War. They are going to actually just go ahead and hit the Mewtwo Mind Report, not something you see all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and Ordinary Rod, do both, get back these 2 like this. Yeah, and 2 Fightings. And I'm going to go with a Marnie. Don't want to lose the guy, like I said. Put a U-turn down, get this guy. I don't really need to sprint for anything. I'm just going to go ahead and 11th hour tackle, not milling any cards. We could drill bazooka to just get closer to the full power 11th hour tackle, because that's how we can knock out a Galarian Obstagoon. 20, 30, 40, 50, yeah. We cannot knock out a clean one in one hit, which is a little unfortunate. And they need one more Goon Ping, and they can knock this one out. Unless we get the Buff Padding, which would be good. But yeah, we'll see where they get with the Jirachi. I think we're just going to take too many early prizes, and by the time they start taking prizes, we'll be kind of too far ahead. So even if we're trading 2-hit KOs, we're still kind of in the same spot. But, oh, and especially if they're doing that. Not attacking here? Okay. Well, they could still attack. They need to find a switch or another scoop up net or an escape board. But there's a Jirachi, and yeah, just a pass. Okay. Okay with me. We actually get the buff padding, which is good. Go ahead and quick ball. And I think I will just go ahead and calm for the other zebra. And what do we want to boss's orders? I think we just target this Zigzagoon. Or we could target their Jirachi. We could hit the Obstagoon. We're not knocking it out. I think we'll take out the Jirachi, or this thing, whatever it is. Zigzagoon. And, yep, we'll just go ahead and hit him with the Drill Bazooka. I think we're to a point where we could also theoretically get off the 11th hour tackle next turn on this Obstagoon if need be. Yeah, so I guess Diancie doesn't really matter for any math. We do have one Pal Pad, one Pal Pad, one Rod left besides what's in our hand. Yeah. There's a Cynthia. There's an energy on the Goon, and just a pass, man. Not really working out for our opponents here. Okay. I'm going to Pal Pad both these guys in. Go with a Marnie. And, yeah, I haven't seen a Rosa from them, which is really interesting. Maybe they don't play it? Yeah, I guess they could just, like, not play Rosa. And they just keep sending up Jirachi, too. And I think we're kind of at the point where, like, we're far enough ahead to where we're going to be able to just win. Because they haven't attacked, and it's, like, turn 6. The scoop-up net for the Mewtwo, that one turn where they put a supporter on top, was really interesting. They should have just scooped up the Jirachi, and they could have guaranteed an attack. I mean, I'm not knocking out this Obstagoon. That's also the thing, and I cannot knock out this Obstagoon unless I'm behind on prizes and have Martial Arts Dojo in play. So, I mean, they're not forcing me to play around really anything. There's a rare candy. Calm. There's a Goon. Alright. So what I think I want to do here is I gotta play this carefully to make sure we don't lose. We have to Pal Pad or Grit here, or Rod here. I think I go with the Rod first. Put back these guys. Though it doesn't really matter with the Pokemon. And we have this for next turn. Yeah. Just go with the Drill Bazooka. Okay. And we're at a point where we can just 11th hour tackle, actually, twice and win. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we don't actually want to play this Pal Pad. I guess we might want to get Diancie down. Thinking of where the damage is going to go. You just put it on this Excadrill, try to knock it out, I guess. Scoop up net. Yeah, Lone Goon's not going to help you here, buddy. Looks like they are just going to go ahead and put a Marnie on top. I guess that could take us out of range of being able to use 11th hour tackle. So, yeah. I mean... We could also Pal Pad. We have 2. We sprint to 0. Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, but I think we're fine. I don't think that we can really lose. Yeah, and they're not even knocking us out. So I don't really think there's much to think about here. Let's do this. I mean, a dangerous drill or something could be annoying, but... I mean, we just knock this out. And I don't have to think twice about it. 1 prize left, 3 Excadrill set up. Our opponent has taken no prizes. We've got Boss's Orders, Pal Pad, guaranteed draw, Boss's Orders next turn, basically, with double Zebstrika in play. I would have Pal Padded last turn to put the Boss's Orders back in the deck as well, but then that would have actually... I guess I could have put just the Boss's Orders back in the deck. I probably should have just done that. But I think we are chilling regardless. Psi Power, can't really do much. Yeah, it's just going to be the research. Absorb Vitality, does not knock us out. Black Market. Okay, pass. That could have been sketch if they had picked up the Mewtwo. I was not playing around the Black Market, I'm not going to lie. So that really could have been sketchy. But we do have the Boss's Orders on the Mewtwo for the game. And yeah, Excadrill pretty handily taking down Obstagoon, I think, as expected. Alright, going up against Chewbacca here. Playing a Lightning deck, so going to go ahead and assume this is probably going to be Pikachu and Zekrom, which, as long as we can set up, is our best matchup. We will go ahead and choose to go first. Donk potential definitely exists. I cannot believe I just spoke that into existence. We're going to go ahead and start Blitzle. We have an unplayable opening hand. Top deck Zebstrika. Okay, so, oh, it's actually not Pikachu Zekrom. It looks like it's going to be the Boltund Poipole deck. So I'm actually not going to calm for a Drilbur because I really want the Zebstrika because it's like the only way we draw cards. I guess actually what I should have done is calmed for Dedenne and just ditched the hand, honestly. But I didn't do that. There's a quick ball. 2 energies in the discard already. Kind of what this deck would like to do, generally. I do think this version of the deck is really cool and definitely has merit. Can definitely hit really hard and seems like it would be pretty consistent. And there's a Boltund. It looks like it will just be attached to the Poipole, though, so the only way they can attack with Boltund here is with a Thunder Mountain in play. They could have attached here if they play Switch and stuff, but I doubt they actually even play Switch. And next turn, we probably will just see them, you know, retreat and electrify from there. And, oh, actually gonna go ahead and Dedenne change. They were debating it. Didn't play this other treasure. I guess they only play like a thinner Naganadel line. It's actually interesting. I wonder what they're digging for. Maybe that would have been a pretty good hand to hang on to, I think. You have a Cynthia, you have double Naganadel next turn. Are they digging for the win? I don't think they can do that, right? I guess they were digging for the turn one Electrify still. Okay, sure. Get more energy in play. I get it. Okay. Makes sense. And so we'll probably see them just put two, like one here, something like that. Or one here, one here. Yeah. Go ahead and get... Oh, I'm not going to get Bolton powered up. Okay. That's a pretty good top deck. I think seeing that now, I will actually go ahead and go get a Drilbur. And that way we can get this down. Go with the research. Okay. Hammer. That's pretty annoying. I would be a little sad if I was my opponent. And we will go ahead and sprint, draw ourselves 4 cards. There's a Ditto, that's pretty good, and we can pass it over to our opponent. Not going to retreat into anything. I actually don't think Zebstrika is really in any danger of getting knocked out. I actually don't. I've seen that this deck exists, but I haven't seen like much of a list for it myself. I know Azul did a video on it, so I don't know if they have like Energy Switch or something like that. There's the Speed Lightning Energy. So I'm not sure if they can actually attack with the active unless they find a Thunder Mountain. And if they don't, we are chillin'. Well, there's a Acrobikes. They'll get to dig a bit more. Yep. And Electrify. Cool. 2 turns of Electrify. Exactly what we want to see as the fighting type deck. I mean, knock on wood. I mean, we're going to see 11 cards minimum this turn. We should definitely see the ability to get a knockout. Now we're going to see even more cards, like this guy's going down. Say goodbye to Boltons. Someone, give him the notification. Let him know it is not his day. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this one. Do we want to sprint? I don't think so. And that is one thing of like knowing when to sprint, knowing when not to sprint, when it's necessary, when we don't really need to dig for anything. And this is an instance where it doesn't really feel like we need to dig for anything. I've got double Ordinary Rod in hand as well. Definitely don't want to lose that. So, yeah. Oh, now we're down 4 energy. So, now is a good turn to use either Brock's Grit or Ordinary Rod. So they need 10 energies in play. 8 energies, actually. Because it is base 10 damage. But with the Electric Power, that is actually just enough. Okay, that's a knockout. We can send up Drilbur here. And Ordinary Rod, perfect. Top deck. These guys and 2 energy. And I'm going to go ahead and Ordinary Rod again, I think. Yeah, do that. And we can Marnie. We are going to go ahead and get the Excadrill. But if we really want to find the Drilbur. So we'll go for the Marnie, but we're hoping to... Yeah, we've got the 2 sprints left if we need them, is what I'm saying. And we do get, actually, Martial Arts Dojo. We get Blitzle. We'll actually just discard that. Go get this guy. And I think we can sprint away this Ordinary Rod and feel okay about it. I don't actually even want to put back that energy. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I think all we want for like next turn is a boss's orders. Yep. There's Boss. There's Excadrill as well. And there's a Drill Bazooka, losing Diancie, unfortunately, but not a matchup that I think it matters too much in, and I don't really know what our opponent can do. Hitting us with a Marnie would be pretty annoying since it would put all of our Excadrill to the bottom of the deck, meaning we would need to shuffle the deck somehow in order to draw them off of, like, the sprint, but Speed Lightning's going to draw them a couple. They're not even knocking us out as of now. They need to find a Naganadel or an Electropower. Gonna go ahead and just ditch the Ditto, actually. Acrobike, digging still even more. I mean, I guess they're playing to the out, hoping that we just don't have these pieces. There's the Ultra Space, though. That will get them the Naganadel. Ooh. The prize, like double nag? Double nag in the prizes. They don't even knock the active out, so... Okay, now they do. But that, sadly for our opponent, is just going to be game. We have Excadrill in hand. And Drill Bazooka will be able to get the knockout for us and close out the game. And that's GG. So you can see when we go up against these lightning decks with, you know, the more than one prize attackers, as the fighting deck, we're just naturally going to be very, very favored, and I think that's what this deck aims to do, is to take advantage of the fact that lightning-type attacking decks, namely Pikachu and Zekrom, are such a big part of the format. And that is going to do it for the Excadrill deck. Once again, got to give a shout-out to Nicola for the finish, top 64, super cool. Love seeing people do well with unique decks like this. So let me know what you guys thought of those games down in the comments below. Have you given this deck a try? What did you think about it? Definitely give it a shot if you haven't yet. Should be pretty easy to build. Besides the 2 Dedenne, this deck is pretty cheap to build. You know, Excadrill's not too hard to find, and you also could get yourself some of these nice full art Excadrills from Cosmic Eclipse as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and subscribe to see more Pokemon TCG content. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to get out of here, and until next time, take care.